Forget New Year's resolutions. It's already 2 weeks into the new year, and I'm pretty sure you're struggling with at least some of your resolutions already. So instead, do these 3 things. The first step is to automate your learning. That's right, you wanna make this automatic. Just by being intentional with the inputs on the various domains, the various platforms I use, whether that's YouTube, podcasts, etc., I've been able to passively very much accelerate my learning and go much deeper in a variety of different domains. Now, passive learning is of course less effective than active learning, but sometimes it's not about which one is more effective and efficient per unit time. It's just a matter of which one you're actually going to do. So if you sat down and did practice questions and flashcards on fitness, true, you'd learn more, but that's usually better for things like tests and standardized exams, not so much for when you were just trying to learn more about interior design or fitness, etc. So when I wanted to learn more about fitness some number of years ago, I subscribed to all of the quality channels on YouTube. I subscribed to the relevant subreddits I got on the podcast that I thought were high value. And since I was already consuming content on all these different platforms, I didn't really need to set aside and intentionally go study fitness. It just kind of passively came towards me. Now, obviously this is just the first step. And if you want to go deeper with hiring a coach or reading books, by all means, definitely do that. But this is the first step. So when I moved to this new home 2 years ago, I did not want to do the whole stereotypical bachelor pad look, the black couch, black table, black chairs, black bed, black everything. My eyes! That used to be me. I feel like all young guys have gone through that phase at one point or another. But now I'm a mature adult, so I subscribed to Nick Lewis on YouTube, who has a fantastic, hilarious YouTube channel, and he's really good at condensing principles into a digestible format. I also spoke with various designers, going to Crate & Barrel, West Elm, and working with their designer, and even hiring some designers online to get a better feel as to what I liked, what I didn't like, materials, etc. It still took me a few months to get to the point where I felt like I knew my taste and my taste had developed to the point where I felt comfortable dropping a substantial sum of money on quality furniture. And in fact, my friends even roasted me because for 6 months I was living out of boxes, but the final product I'm really happy with. Here's my bedroom, which definitely has a feminine touch. I worked with a female designer and it's very tranquil, serene, and I love it. It's very fitting for my needs. Usually with bedrooms, you either want red and fiery, passionate, which I think is better for old people that have issues with that, and the opposite being blues and calm and softer energies. For people like me who tend to have sleep onset insomnia and are always go, 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 I need to slow down. Here's the closet before and after. You can't even recognize it anymore. Now, I've developed an obsession with good lighting over the years, and I was on the fence about getting light strips in the closet, but when you see the difference with the tube light up top, that fluorescent light versus the light strips, I'm so glad I pulled the trigger on it. By the way, I was showing this real time several months ago on my Instagram, so go follow me there if you haven't already. Signs you're getting older. Closet renos make you excited. I've done this same strategy for other things that I'm curious about, like loose leaf tea, for scotch, for even driving and racing. In fact, I even started a new car YouTube channel, which you can go check out up here. So decide on that one thing that you really want to focus and dive deep on right now. And don't worry, you'll have time for other things in the future, but subscribe to the quality YouTube channels, the podcasts, the audiobooks, the subreddits, and allow yourself to passively absorb that information over the coming weeks and months, and you will be surprised by how much you learn. And this brings me to point number 2, which is to focus on just one thing per month. I never really understood the point of resolutions in the past, because if I feel on May 23rd or just any random day of the year that I want to make a change, I should just do it right then and there. Actually reminds me that for Thanksgiving, this is back in like 2013, the week before Thanksgiving is when I started a plant-based diet, to the dismay of my mother, who then had to figure out what am I gonna have on Thanksgiving with the rest of the family. But my mom's awesome. She's always super supportive about anything relating to my IBD and my nutrition and my diet. I stopped doing the plant-based diet after around 4 or 5 years, but that's another story. So one thing to keep in mind is that your goals are going to be changing month to month. So for example, I'm currently on a bulk. I'm trying to gain weight, gain muscle mass, and getting a little bit fluffy in the process too. It's on now! And I've been doing that since August. And obviously a cut necessitates a different approach. I am starting a cut in a few weeks, but doing things on January 1st, there's a boost in motivation. I find the true utility, not so much in setting New Year's resolutions, but more so in the annual year-end review. And I can talk about that more in a separate video. For my annual year-end review, one of the things that I found for myself is One of the best things I've done in a long time for my personal happiness was actually starting that Jabal and Cars YouTube channel. I sometimes have to pinch myself that I get to do this stuff. I get to drive dope cars on dope roads. I even became a track day instructor, so I actually help people at the Porsche events with their Porsches, their BMWs, whatever sports cars they bring, and I teach them how to drive on the racetrack. I get to meet amazing people, make new lifelong friends. I just wish I did this sooner. So in reflecting on this, I asked myself, how can I double down? And I literally did double down by doubling the posting frequency. So now we do 2 videos per week, up from 1 video per week ever since, I think, December. And here's the thing, I lose money on every single video because I have to pay my editor, my director of content, and that YouTube channel makes literally $120 per month. But that's not the point. Even though I'm losing money on every video, I do it because I love doing it. And I do believe that at some point in the future, I will at least break even or become profitable. So the key thing here is not to focus on literally just one thing per month, but to focus on one thing for a few weeks or even a few months until it feels automatic and becomes second nature. So now that doing 2 Jabal and Cars videos every single week is easy, it's automatic, we got the systems, it's not a problem, I then ask myself, what else do I want to add? And by reflecting on 2022, I also realized that I'm not reading nearly as much as I used to. By the way, go follow me on Goodreads. So to up my reading habit, rather than saying, oh, I want to read 25 books this year, I asked myself, what is the actual actionable step I can take every day? And that is reading every night for at least 20 minutes before bed. Real quick, we are hiring at Med School Insiders. We're looking for a full-time sales agent, a full-time social media assistant, and a part-time MCAT content developer. Check it out at medschoolinsiders.com/hiring. The final point is related to the #1 most popular New Year's resolution every single year: exercise. And it's the reason that the gyms are a clusterfuck every January, at least for the first few weeks. Yeah! But you don't want to be one of those people that just joins for the first couple weeks and then is never seen again in the gym until next January. You want to do it every single week. People struggle with this resolution for 3 reasons. The first reason is that they rely on that burst of motivation and they tell themselves that
next year it's gonna be different. I'm going to be so motivated, so well behaved.
But when that day comes, they realize that they were projecting a more motivated, disciplined, and better behaving version of themselves, when in reality, they're the same person. Number 2 is that they try to do way too many things all at once, see the previous point. And reason number 3 is that they set up crappy goals. They say, I wanna eat healthier or exercise more. Be specific and measurable with your goals. In fact, while you're at it, make them achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So if you'd like to change your habit with exercise this year and really make it a core habit, all you gotta do is exercise first thing in the morning. It's literally that simple. And no, I'm not kidding. Yeah, I know. You have to be at work at 6 a.m. and there's no way you're gonna work out before because you gotta wake up at 4 a.m. and that's impossible. Jocko Willink does it.
Good.
And true, we're not all Jocko Willink, but even I did this in residency and in medical school when I was experimenting with when to work out. It is gonna suck at the beginning, don't get me wrong, but you will adjust and you'll find that working out in the mornings feels amazing. I've experimented with morning workouts, with afternoon workouts, with evening workouts, workouts on all points along the space-time continuum. And I'm here to tell you that the morning workout is the best. You guarantee it's done that day with 0 chance of missing it because you can't just push it off until later and then
oops,
bedtime. Plus, you feel great about doing something that's hard and good for you. You get an elevation in your energy state, you get a boost in dopamine, and you grow a 3rd nipple. Much love, my friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.